that Phil wants to get off there as soon as possible. He can win this. 11-2. Get up there, relax, watch the other guys stress it out. Next thing you know, he's in the final waiting for two guys who might just battle themselves.
Absolutely right. So let's hand you back then. The boys are back to our commentary team, Vassos Alexander and Mark Webster.
So Phil Taylor 8, James Wade 2.
11 flag is James to throw first. Game on.
Is there any part of James Wade which believes he can come back and win this?
You'd have to say no, but he's got to be positive. You know, he's got to try and, you know, play himself into a bit of form. You know, he's probably not going to win this game, but there's so many tournaments on the horizon. He's got to try and take something positive from this match now.
96.
Hard saying that when you're 8-2 down, I guess.
He didn't leave the stage during that short break. Just threw some rather desultory looking darts at the board. Didn't look like he wanted to be practicing, but didn't look like he wanted to be doing anything else.
No, he looked very frustrated, and rightly so, because he's James will have been up for this game and it's just not happened for him. And
having said that, it looks like he's going to win a second leg in a row.
25.
Probably the first time James has been on a 10+ finish and they're not massive pressure. He can just, no pressure to hit it, just lay the shot up. It'd be nice if he took it out, obviously, but just tied up now. He go for the big 16.
96.
He hasn't been afforded this luxury a lot at all in this game, James. He hasn't had an easy leg where he's under no pressure at the end, but I say that, and Phil hits a 180 to pressurise the tops.
Game shown 11 flag. James Wade. 12 flag is Phil to throw first. Game on.
Much better leg from James there.
Phil will obviously not panic because it was on James's throw anyway.
Phil's thinking,
hold his throw 3 times now and get in that back room and prepare for the final.
It's set up perfectly for Phil, really, hasn't it? Especially if the second semi-final's close.
41.
Yeah. He'll be loving it.
Of course it is. I mean, he was the only player last night to guarantee qualification, so he's the first man through to the semis. He's played Robert Thornton under no pressure this afternoon, put in a great performance, and it's looking good again for him tonight.
59.
Played Robert, beat him easily. It was just like a practice session, and this is what the semi-final's turning into for him, really.
Yeah, unfortunately for James, it's just not happened.
100.
It's the scoring that's let him down. James Wade, an average of just 94 with his first 9 darts.
140.
Yeah, that's just not going to cut it against Phil. You know, Phil going averaging 109 with his first 9 darts. We touched on James though in the break there. One thing he is good at, he doesn't, if he does go on to lose this game, he doesn't dwell on defeats. He picks himself up and he'll be ready to go in the next tournament. But obviously he will be disappointed.
18s he'll go for here.
57.
Outside chance for James here with a ton 40. Not even a ton.
100. Cody Rapal, 110.
Yeah, the 120 is what they call Shanghai, treble, single, double. But will he get a chance? Bullseye for tops. He will get a chance.
95. James Rapal, 120.
Shanghai in the 20s for James now. His first break of the Taylor throw. Still a chance. Just been the story of James's night. Just the odd little
16.
deflection here and there. Just not going for him.
15.
So 7 for double 4. For 9-3.
Yes. Shown the 12 flag. Phil Taylor. 13 flag is James to throw first. Game on.
2 away now, the Power from the final, which is also a first to 11 match.
114.
Phil will just be saying now 2 holes a throw. And he's in the back room getting ready for the final.
How much practice will he put in between now and then, assuming he wraps this up in the next 10-15 minutes or so?
Yeah, I think he'll just have a little sit down, obviously, have a little chill out for 10 minutes, but I think he's straight back on the board, Phil. He's one to keep throwing, just keep his rhythm going. He'll keep an eye on the other game, obviously, but he'll be concentrating on his game. So he's ready for the final.
Here we go.
114.
Lucky with the last start there, Phil. He saw it nick off the barrel of this 33 in second, just for the 140.
100.
On a finish, James, after 9. 136. And again, off the barrel and just north of the wire.
Yeah. James again, 136. He's got 6 darts on it, so he'll hope to lay it up. Triple 19 will leave the double top.
58.
Leaving 78.
James Dubois, 78.
Up to the 54, James. Good dart. 2 at 12s. Over for double 6.
72.
Story of James's night,
Phil
really.
Dubois, 78.
Now, can Phil show him how it's done? Two at double 12. Yes, that is how it's done.
13 flag. Phil Taylor. 14 legs filled the third.
Great last start for Phil there. Now throwing for the match. He'll want to get it sewn up now, get himself in the back room. Ruthless performance from Phil Taylor.
$60. 82.
It's been clinical, hasn't it, from Phil, without hitting the heights of some of his performances earlier today or last night.
Yeah, it has. This has been the perfect semi-final for Phil. He hasn't obviously not hit the average that he's had in the other games, but he hasn't really needed to, and he'll be hoping he saved his best starts for the final tonight.
140.
When you do play brilliant darts and you have to come back and play later in the day, do you sometimes think, oh no, I've left the best dart, my best darts in the semi-final?
Yeah, I definitely felt, I mean, whenever I've had a good game on the European tours, you've got to come back and play, and then you just feel flat and it doesn't happen. It's so frustrating. You can't put your finger on why it's happened. It just does. James won't be too worried. Obviously disappointed,
60.
but it's happened to him before. It probably happened to him again. But you know, he's a top 6 player for a reason, and he'll get over this. No worries.
Hasn't lost yet.
Yeah, we should stress that yet. Yeah.
140.
But he's pretty much on the brink now.
Surely the greatest comeback of all if he comes back to win this game.
97. Phil Taylor, 106.
Well, here we go then. Phil Taylor for a place in the final. Treble 18 for double 16. No, so James Wade
56.
still alive.
James Dubois, 122.
See, we're looking at 18s here. Stay there for the ball. Bullseye for the 1-2-2.
97. Phil Dubois, 50.
Just not happened for James tonight.
Here we go then. 2 16s for a place in the final, for a 4th win in a row. Double 8 for Phil Taylor. There it is. Clinical, calculating, cool, calm and collected. Phil Taylor thrashes James Wade 11-3. He is through to the inaugural Champions League of Darts final.